An absolute perfect evening for soccer from Portland, Oregon as we get set for a USL matchup between T2 and San Antonio FC. We welcome you into Providence Park in downtown Portland. Exciting matchup. We're excited to bring it to you, everyone. Tom Kolker along with Willie Anderson. Willie, big matchup tonight. T2 coming in off their first win of the season. They have some confidence, and San Antonio unbeaten, 5-0-1.
Yeah, it's a great game for T2. You know, you got your first one under the belt. They'll feel good about it. They'll be excited to play tonight, and they're going to be playing against a really good team in San Antonio. So it's a big, big game for everybody.
Let's show you how T2 got that first win against Sacramento last week in front of 11,000. And it started with Blake Bodley drawing his penalty.
He goes by two people great, gets clipped at the end there, definite a penalty. And BJF steps up, hits a really good penalty, keeps his head down, doesn't change his mind, great penalty.
Then a little bit later, Victor Arboleda off a defensive mistake by Sacramento.
Yeah, you know, he does really well here though, Arboleda. He keeps his head, goes by the goalkeeper. Now the defender's in his way, just side foots it by him. Really, really good goal.
We mentioned San Antonio. They come in with that record of 5-0-1, and they have one of the most dynamic players in all of the USL, Billy Forbes Jr., 5 goals in 6 games.
Yeah, you know, you score 5 goals in 6 games, you're a heck of a player. And this is a great ball by him. He just bends it in right in front of Hassan. Just perfect pace on it. Nice bit of bend. Hassan finishes it really well, but it's a great ball from Forbes.
So see, he's got 3 assists on the season and a dynamic guy who can get forward.
You know, he's really brave here. See, he has to get in there. The goalkeeper's coming out to clatter him. The defender's trying to clatter him. Doesn't care. Keeps his head. Very brave. Really good goal.
We're getting set for Providence Park. T2 trying to make it 2 straight. San Antonio trying to remain unbeaten. It's coming up next.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
And San Antonio FC. Willie, let's take a look at the starting lineup for T2 tonight. It'll be a 4-2-3-1, and look along the back line. There's Marco Farfan, who's had 4 appearances with the first team, but back here with T2 tonight.
You know, I'm really excited for him. I love watching him. He's a great asset. I mean, he's a great talent. You know, so it'll be a little bit different for him coming down from the first team and how he reacts to it. But he's a talent, and you know, the world's at his feet. If he just keeps his head, he could go anywhere he wants. I love watching him.
Wade Hamilton making his second start, got the shutout against Sacramento. And you see up top, it's Nico Brett getting the star on the wing, and then Blake Bodley on the other side there.
Yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of Bodley's. He's a left-footed player on the right, so that means he's going to be able to come in and get good shots off and getting good crosses with his left foot. So I'm looking at him to do well today. He works really hard as well, so he'll do a good job tonight.
And for San Antonio, as we get a quick look at their lineup tonight, one of the most dynamic offenses in all of USL. They've outscored their opponents 14-4 this season. And you can see there's Billy Forbes on the left-hand side. But he'll be all over the place.
You know what? I'm really excited to watch him. I mean, he's got to be good to score 5 goals in 6 games. But I'm really interested to see where he kind of pops up all the time. Is he going to play wide left? Is he going to get it? He's got to get in the middle to score. So we'll be interested.
All right, just a perfect evening here in Portland for this one. You see San Antonio in the white, red, and black. T2 in the green and gold. And there's Marco Farfan, starting at left back tonight. We'll be back there along with Renico Clark, Lamar Batista, and Shaq Jimenez. Still just 18 years old. And we are underway from Providence Park. First meeting in the year between these two teams. T2 working left to right here in the first half. And you got great sides along that back line with Batista and Clark.
They have, and that's an asset. You know, I think this is what they're going to do with Farfan. He pushes right up on the left, plays more like a left midfielder or a left winger, and it looks like he's got the license to go. So
Hamilton, as we mentioned, making his second straight start. One appearance last year with the first team came in a U.S. Open Cup game in the round of 16 and a 1-0 loss to the Galaxy. Long ball played down the line for Augie Williams, trying to get toward that byline behind the defense, and it will go out for a goal kick.
You know, that's a really good play at the beginning of a game, just to stretch the defense out and see what they're made of and how quick they are, and just stick a ball in and over the back like he did.
Williams tied for the team lead with 2 goals on the season.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's an out-and-out striker. He's my mini Addy.
About the same size.
He is.
Both teams look at control here as Nico Brett with it out on the wing. Being covered by Cochran, goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for San Antonio. We mentioned they are at the top of the table in the Western Conference, 5-0-1. They scored 3 goals this year, Willie, in the first 15 minutes of matches. So they can strike quickly.
Well, you know, that's great, but, you know, part of my thing for T2 is because they need to be confident, and if they can go up a goal early or keep, you know, don't want to go down a goal early, they'll just give this San Antonian team a way lot more confidence than they already have. So
Forbes trying to slice through defenders, cleared away by Hamilton back toward midfield, and Brett nods it on to San Antonio's half of the field.
You know, we talked about Forbes at the beginning of the game where he'll play. He looks like he's staying pretty wide left, just moving in field when it's on the other side, but he's looked like he's a left midfield player, which, you know, if he is that, to score the goals he scored, that's amazing.
5 goals in 6 games he's scored in 3 straight matches. Scoreless here in the 3rd minute, just underway from Providence Park. Tom Kolker, Willie Anderson, thanks for joining us here on the T2 stream. T2 trying to make it 2 in a row, coming off the 2-0 win at Sacramento. Goals by Bijev and Arboleda. And a player down, and that is Bijev. He drew a little contact as he went to receive that ball just outside the box.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit straight on, head on with the ball. So, you know, if that hits you right on the end of the nose, that's sore. So that'll shake him up a little. That'll get him into the game.
You're looking at the man who led USL last year in assists. So led the team in goals. 8 goals, 10 assists last year for Bijev, who's got the penalty kick last week.
You know, if we're going to do well tonight, he's got to be on the ball a lot. He's got to be able to dictate it, get in the game a lot, and, you know, pick people out because his vision is great. So
there's San Antonio head coach Darren Powell, and bringing that 5-0-1 record here to Providence Park tonight for this one. Bijev now up on his feet. Good to see. Looks like he might have just been a little shaken up.
Yeah, you know, if the ball hits you directly in the face like that, it just kind of shocks you, really. And you shake it off, and he'll be fine.
And he's back into the match. San Antonio working right to left here. So bring it up the near sideline. Cochran. Play back to McCarthy. It's interesting. 3 out of these 4 starting backs for San Antonio all have MLS experience. And McCarthy leading the way. 69 appearances for the Revolution.
Wow. You know, you can see why they're so good. They've got so many experienced players who have played at a higher level. So
he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2011. Gray Cochran, who's just on the ball, a former 2nd-round pick by the Galaxy. So some guys with some real experience. Yeah,
you know, and ability too. I mean, you don't get picked that high up if you have no ability. And you got to have ability to play at the level they played. So, you know, I'm beginning to see why they're a good team.
Lewis leaves it out wide. Batista, good ball out wide. T2 on the attack. Farfan trying to split a couple defenders. Played well that time by Newnham. And San Antonio looked to go the other way. And a foul call. Lewis thought he had the turnover.
You know, I think that's what Farfan's going to do a lot tonight. He's going to push on, hopefully get the ball free and be able to attack the defense. So I expect to see a lot of that from him.
A nice run he made there toward the edge of the 18. Scoreless here in the 6th minute. San Antonio playing a long ball down the middle, intended for Forbes. Nodded forward by Clark. Tierpak got a piece of that one, and it squirts out to the near sideline. And T2 control. Here's Bodley on it. Takes a deflection, goes out of bounds. It will be a throw in for T2. Bodley making his 6th start. He's only got 90 minutes one time this season, but started every match thus far.
You know, T2 started pretty well. You know, they keeping their head. They're passing it around a lot. They're not panicking anywhere. They got a good shape. So, good start.
Batista winning the header. Clark to Lewis. Trying to split a couple defenders, but it goes back to San Antonio. Now some room for Michael Reed. He'll switch it out wide to the far side of the field. San Antonio on the attack down the right wing. Tierpak playing it into the box. Looking for Forbes on that near sideline. Forbes in a one-on-one battle, and it will be a corner kick first of the game here to San Antonio. And there's a good look at Billy Forbes Jr. 5 goals, 3 assists on the season.
Yeah, very strong. He held him off really well. Let the ball go out for a corner.
Willie, what's the key here to defending this early corner kick?
Well, you know, you pick up a man. They've already figured out who gets who before they came out. And you don't, you know, you go everywhere he goes with him. And if he jumps free, you've got to be there with him.
Cleared back out of the area. San Antonio playing it back toward the top of the 18. Clark punches it forward. Some time and space now for T2 to attack down the left wing. Bijev's got all kind of room. Bijev with it on his right foot, cutting into the middle. Looking around. Now he'll play it out wide. Jimenez joins the attack. He'll whip it in with his right foot. And San Antonio do well there defensively.
You know, that started off really well. Bijev did great. It could have been a better cross from Jimenez, but it was a good move.
Bijev leaving it in the middle. Augie taking a shot from distance, doesn't get a lot behind it. Easy save for Restrepo. Diego Restrepo making his 3rd start of the season. He's 2-0-0. 6 saves, 2 goals allowed, a 75% save percentage on the season. Cochran playing it back. Scoreless here in the 9th minute. First meeting of the year between these two teams. Jimenez, former product of Saprissa. Nico Clark.
I really like the way T2 is set up tonight.
Is it the spacing? What is it? The shape?
Yeah,
what do you
it's
like?
the shape, the spacing. You know, they're kind of controlling the game in a way. They all seem to be in the right place at the right time, and that's just good. Good the way they set the game up at the beginning. So
here's Lewis. Bodley. There's a shove. Easy call on Michael Reed.
yeah, that was one of them early game tackles. I'm gonna let you know I'm here. So I'm gonna go right through you so you remember.
Tomas Granito will restart it here for their T2 in the 10th minute. Granito making his 4th start of the season. Granito getting it back from Clark down the line for Jimenez in a battle with Forbes. San Antonio win it back. And a ball played down the line as they look to attack. Going up high for that one. Elizondo.
Hey, he was aggressive there.
Elizondo, another product of Saprissa. In fact, he made 53 appearances for the Costa Rican side from 2007 to 2013. Won 3 titles there.
Yeah, you know, he looks like a feisty little player. He was mouthing off at the Nico Clark. I mean, I wouldn't want to mouth off for him, but he was.
Rito playing it down the line for Williams. We mentioned Saprissa, of course, the connection with the Timbers and David Guzman and Roy Miller.
Yeah.
There's another look.
Yeah. He's a feisty little guy. He's going to have something to say to him.
Still looking for our first good opportunity of the match. One corner so far. It's gone to San Antonio. Cochran playing down the line, takes a deflection. Will go out for a San Antonio throw and just on T2's half of the field.
Yeah, it was good defensive play by Bodley. He works really hard. When they have the ball, he's always working hard to get it back. That's why I like him. He's just a good, solid player.
Bodley just 19 years old. 4 goals last year. Menez will clear it out for a throw-in. Still looking for his first of this season, but played a big part in the win last week, drawing the penalty that led to Bijev's
Yeah, he did
goal.
really well. You know, that's what he'll bring to this team. He'll get the ball on the right, but he can come inside on his left foot. So
there's Bijev with it. Back on to San Antonio's half. 2 goals this year. Coming off that season of 8 goals, 10 assists, first team USL. Long switch by Batista. That time looking for Bodley, making a run. Good work defensively by Cochran, and here's Forbes on it. Now Forbes drifting into the middle, getting on a give and go. San Antonio now attacking down the right wing. Ball played down the flank. Newnham making a run. It's whipped into the box for Forbes. Jimenez clears it out. Bodley, quick touch. Bijev, nice turn. Bijev back down the line for Bodley. T2 attacking. 4-on-4 opportunity. Blake Bodley. Couple dribbles. Plays it into the middle. Here's Lewis with it on his left foot. Out on the flank. Brett toward the byline. Brett pulls it back. Looking for Bijev. Bijev in a battle with Reed, and San Antonio cleared away.
that was a really good move.
Farfan. Nico Brett down the line. Farfan making a run toward the byline. Playing it back to the top. Here's a shot. Bodley just couldn't get around on it.
That was a really good run by Farfan. He picked Bodley out really, really well. Bodley could have just turned it a little bit more. Yeah, what a great ball here. Look at that. Picks him out. Just can't get his body around her enough to get her on target. But
The last 2 runs here, Willie, for T2 finding some space down that left wing.
yeah, you know, I think that could be there all night. I think nobody wants to pick Farfan up. So I think he's going to get a lot of freedom, and that's his strength, you know, his left foot and picking people out.
Bijev with some more room down the right wing. It's taken down by Pekka. Quickly restarted. Here's Lewis. He'll switch it out to the left wing for Nico Brett. 25 appearances last year for T2. Brett with it on his right foot, edge of the box. Plays it back to Lewis. Lewis touches it out wide to Farfan. Here's a chance for T2. Brett, the shot, it's blocked. Ball deflects in the middle. Headed forward by McCarthy. Great defensive block that time by San Antonio, because Brett got a lot of that ball.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, they're starting to open up San Antonio on that left side.
And there's a whistle. Lizondo.
Yeah, he pulled him back. Yeah, here we go. Yes. See him drag him back. Foul.
And that was Tierpak.
You know, it amazes me when you foul like that so blatantly, and then they still complain about it. I did nothing. You know, if you fouled him, you know, just hold your hands up and say, yeah, I fouled him. Let's get on with the game. So.
15th minute, scoreless from Providence Park. T2 has done a nice job here in the first half, controlling the tempo and the pace. Bodley lets it roll through for Augie. Bijev in the middle. Bodley with space through the center circle. He'll play it out wide for Farfan. Instead it goes to Nico Brett. Farfan making an overlapping run. Brett, edge of the 18 out wide. Back to Bodley. Farfan. Brett making a run toward the byline. Farfan chips it in for him. Nico Brett holding it up, playing it back out wide to Farfan. And this should be the first corner of the game. It is for T2. Good little work there in a two-man game between Brett and Farfan.
Yeah, and that's going to be on all night. Them two work well together. Farfan's got a great left foot, so if they could get him on the last ball so he can knock it in, that would be better.
You got your choice here. We got Williams at 6'2", Batista at 6'5", Clark at 6'4", and it'll be Bijev to swing it in here in the 16th minute.
Yeah, all three have to go.
Played a line drive ball for Williams, making a near post run, but cleared back by San Antonio. Bodley wins it right back. He'll play it down the line for Bijev. T2 attacking again. Bijev trying to cut it back. There's a whistle and a foul and a chance here from a dangerous spot.
Yeah, just like the corner. I think Bijev will take it. You know, if he could just clip it in with a bit of bend on it and a bit of pace and aim for around the 6 yard box, and then let our guys, the T2 players, go in and attack it, then that's the secret. But it's got to be a really good cross in, and Bijev can do that all night. So
Tomas Granito over there as well.
Yeah.
5 players in the box for T2. Two-man wall for San Antonio. Vito Restrepo's right. Bijev again along the ground. Cleared out. It'll be a throw-in.
Well, so much for my ideas.
He didn't agree with you there.
No,
he went underneath the wall.
You know, he saw something I didn't see. So, you know, that's what you do when you're out there. You take what you get.
Again, T2 control. Whipped into the box. It floats back post. Williams trying to make a run. Good play there by Restrepo.
You know, T2 are looking really good right now. I'm really happy. I mean, they've really settled in well. They kind of figured out if we can go down the left, we're going to get some joy out of that. And, you know, they're making kind of chances, not great chances, but, you know, they're starting to make chances. So
they've really controlled possession here in the first 18 minutes.
You know, I'm really pleased. I just think, you know, I was really worried because this is such a good team, San Antonio. But, you know, if you're looking out there now and you think who's the top of the Western Division, then you would think, well, T2, the way the game's going right now. So
San Antonio trying to remain unbeaten, 5-0-1 coming into this one, coming off a 3-2 win against Sounders 2. Ball stays in play down the line. Tierpak, edge of the 18. Here's a look at the standings. You can see San Antonio on top, 16 points. Real Monarchs and Swell Park Rangers, 1, 2, 3. Lewis wins it back for T2. Here's Bodley now on the wing. Jimenez. T2 will regroup along the back line with Renico Clark. Now Batista. Good patience here.
Yeah, you know, it's what you do. And the reason you're patient, you're just moving their team around a little bit till you get a little bit more space on one side or the other.
Farfan. Batista.
You know, the thing that amazes me about Farfan, and I know he's only 18, you would never know he was only 18. He plays like he's, you know, a mature, older player.
Jimenez. Renico Clark looking down the middle. And floated away from Williams. Now San Antonio controls. Here's Reed. Reed 1 goal in the season, making his 5th start. Castillo. Cochran just trying to clear toward midfield, but again, one right back by T2. Jimenez down the wing. Bodley. Ball gets by Granito, and San Antonio looks to go the other way. Tierpak playing it ahead, a chance here. Forbes behind the defense. Forbes trying to pull it back. Forbes still with it on his left foot. The shot and the goal. His 6th of the season. Well, T2 has dominated through the first 20 minutes, but the counter was on, and Forbes put San Antonio on top, 1-0 in the 20th minute.
Well, just in that one piece of action, you can see why he's got so many goals. You know, he's all left foot. I think when you're a defender, yeah, here we go.
That all started actually back when Bernito went down and slipped.
You know, with a player like this, when he's got all left foot, you try and play him onto his right. And, you know, he does ever so well, though. And that is class.
Nothing Hamilton could do about that one.
No.
Make it goals in 4 straight games for Forbes. Now has 6 on the season.
You know, and that's against the run of play. T2 have been, you know, the better team. But, you know, you get somebody on your team like that who's just sheer class. He only needs half a yard, half a chance.
See how T2 respond. Jimenez some room down the wing. This season, Willie, T2 only 2 goals so far in the first half of matches. They've been more of a second half team, but still plenty of time to go here in this first half. 20 minutes and change.
Yeah, the way they've been playing, I wouldn't be too worried.
Cochran. Long ball down the line. Renico Clark will control it. Teese has got some room in the middle. He'll play it out wide to Farfan on the left wing. 1-0 San Antonio on top. Coming into the match, outscoring opponents 14-4. 3 shutouts on the season as well.
You know, one thing I'd like to see from T2 a little bit is Williams up top. If he could make runs in behind a little bit more, stretch out this defense. He's playing in front of them a lot, so he's not getting them to move that much. That's the only change I'd like to see.
Jimenez nodding it forward for Bodley. Controlled by Tierpak. He'll play it back in. Strepo, a little bit of a heavy touch, and then clears it toward midfield. Batista wins that header easily. Bijev trying to play it down the line for Brett. Brett toward the byline. In a one-on-one battle inside the 18. Noonan did a good job to cut off that angle. Bijev now looking to turn. He'll play it back to Lewis. T2 switch it to the near sideline. Here's Jimenez. 1-0 San Antonio. Forbes goal in the 20th minute. The difference thus far. Jimenez trying to get toward the byline, and he will earn a throw-in. 4th start of the season for Shaq.
I'd like to get Bodley going as well a little bit more. Get him into the game more. It'll just stretch their team out a bit.
You think he needs to be further up the field for that to happen, or is he okay?
Yeah, and play wider too, so we'll just stretch them out a bit, and then he'll be an option for T2 when they're in trouble. They can find him wide right. But I definitely concentrate on going down the left.
A goal for Billy Forbes, his 6th of the season, now tied for 1st.
You know, in that just 1 little minute cameo, brilliant. I mean, great left foot. Got it where he wanted it, on his left foot, and his finish was, you know, you give him marks out of 10, you would give him a 10.
Here he is with it on the ball. San Antonio on top 1-0, playing down the right wing. Forbes gets it on a give and go, now leaves it back. Castillo trying to play it into the middle. Good pressure by T2. San Antonio forced to retreat back to midfield. McCarthy on the ball. Former 24 overall pick in the 2011 draft by New England. 69 appearances for the Revolution. 2011 to 2014.
Yeah, he looks very experienced. He's got that confidence about him. He's telling everybody what to do, where to go.
Throw in here for San Antonio. Forbes the intended target. Farfan punches it back toward midfield. Bijev into the middle for Bodley. 3 defenders around him. Good job to keep the ball. Farfan back to Bodley.
You know what I'm really liking is Bijev. I think he started really well. He's in the game all the time. Things are kind of going through him, which is what we needed, and you know, he's supplying that.
Ito throwing here for T2. T2 has really dominated possession here in the first 25 minutes, but it's San Antonio on top. 1-0 in the 25th minute.
T2, I think T2 are, you know, I'm saying they're doing really well. They're looking good, and they're down 1-0. So.
Bodley dribbling through traffic there to win it back. Now Lewis some time and space Shy of midfield, will play it in the middle for Bijev. Quick turn. Granito out wide. Jimenez, T2 pushing forward. Jimenez serves it into the area. Brett trying to knock it down. And on the turn, it goes out for a goal kick. Better ball that time by Jimenez.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to see Jimenez pushing up a little bit further and attack them a little bit more like Farfan is. So, but talking about Billy Forbes, I've been watching him, and you know, because he's so good, he just kind of lazily walks all over the place. Now he's on the right, so he's really hard to defend because you don't know who's going to pick him up.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. 1-0 San Antonio on top. Tom Kolker, Willie Anderson from Providence Park. That is Granito down. Castillo committing the foul there. Castillo, another good player for the San Antonio team. 2 goals on the season. Last year, 5 goals, 2 assists, was tied for the team lead in that department. T2 with the ball. Batista giving some room to operate up toward midfield. Now playing it forward, but not a good ball. One right back by San Antonio. Kind of split the difference there between Williams and Brett. Strepo, high clearance. And it will be a throw in here for T2.
You know, I can't tell from here, but, you know, Farfan should be screaming for the ball all the time because he's open all the time. And sometimes when you're out there, you don't see things, you know. Especially when you're in this green uniform and against that green background.
Farfan goes down. San Antonio looking to counter. Batista there to clear it away. It'll be a throw in here for San Antonio.
You know, San Antonio, they're just a good, solid team. They all know where you know, how to play, where to play, what position to be in. They're just a really good, solid team. And then, you know, if you stick somebody like Billy Forbes in the team, then, you know, you got a chance.
Long ball played down the line. Elizondo the intended target. T2 win it back again. Nito switching it to Bijev. Bijev. Augie in the middle. Good possession here by T2. Nito out on the wing to Jimenez. Michael play it back to that midfield line for Renico Clark. But having said that, well, you really like the way T2's come out and play here in the first 29 minutes. They look good.
I'm really impressed, to be honest. I think they're just doing really, really well. You know, they're really solid. They're knocking it about great. You know, they're not creating a lot, but they're creating some stuff.
Rito trying to serve it in. Lewis pushing it out wide. There's Lewis on the ball, one of 3 players to start every match this year, along with Batista and Bijev. Bijev trying to split 2 defenders there. Brett with it, now back to Lewis. Farfan out wide. Lewis turning away from pressure. Batista. Renico Clark.
You know, I just get the feeling watching Bijev, he's on tonight. He feels it. You can tell he wants the ball all the time. Look, he's going to get it again. Give me the ball. I'll work it out. Really confident.
Bijev looking around. Switch it across.
With the mood he's in and the way he plays when he's like this, it just would be really good for T2.
Williams looking to turn out wide to Farfan. T2 attacking down the left flank here in the 30th minute. Farfan trying to get to the end line. Ball takes a deflection as he tried to whip it in, and San Antonio looked to go the other way. Here's Forbes on the move. Billy Forbes, long run. San Antonio attacking down the wing. Elizondo earning a corner kick here, second of the game for San Antonio. Worked that time by Cesar Elizondo. Some more defending here for T2 in the 31st minute.
Yeah. Pick your man out, mark him, obstruct him, do everything you can so he doesn't get a run at the ball, and challenge for everything.
Castillo will whip this in. It'll be to Hamilton's left. Ball driven to the top of the 6, headed away. Renito, a heavy touch. It'll go out for a throw-in for San Antonio. Cochran to take it. One nothing, San Antonio on top. Billy Forbes, 6 of the season in the 20th minute. So far the difference here tonight. And a player down in the box. It's Renico Clark. Take another look at it.
Yeah, he goes into the tackle and he slips, and like he pulls his groin a little.
Renico Clark on loan tonight from the first team.
He looks fine.
Just maybe landed a little funny, but appears to be okay.
Yeah, his leg kind of slipped from under him, you know, so that's a scary thing to happen.
Just a perfect night for soccer here in Portland. Temperature's been in upper 60s throughout the day. The sun's been out. It's ideal conditions for playing, right?
It's
now
a beautiful,
it's nice and cool out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for soccer. And you know what? It's a good game.
Jimenez. Bijev trying to take on 2 defenders. Castillo wins it back for San Antonio. Under some pressure, play it back to the top of his box. Williams trying to get there. Restrepo out to clear it away, but a dangerous ball back by Castillo there. We saw what happened last week when Sacramento gave it away to Arboleda. He may have punished him for a goal.
Yeah, let's hope that happens tonight.
Arboleda not available tonight.
And he, you know, for me, he's a big miss for T2 because he gets it and he just goes at people, and he's so quick and got good skill. You know, he's a really big miss. But, you know, it gives somebody else the opportunity to get out there and do their stuff. So
Timbers heading down to Dallas to take on FC Dallas tomorrow. Forbes attacking down the byline, playing it across. Jimenez flicks it. There's a shot and a goal. Not a good clearance that time. And San Antonio, Elizondo punishing T2 with the 2nd goal of the night. That's his 3rd of the season. And in the 34th minute, San Antonio lead at 2-0.
yeah, it was, you know, it was bad luck all around. We could cut. Here we go. Yeah, he kind of falls over there. Now with the clearance, he just kind of got his feet all wrong. He kind of can't get it away. He's kind of struggling a bit, and then it just goes right to their player.
Cesar Elizondo, his 3rd of the season. I mentioned 53 appearances for Saprissa between 2007 and 2013. 10 caps for Costa Rica as well. It was a good finish.
It was. I mean, they look like they're a team that, you know, just really solid, just play really well together, know where everybody needs to be and everything. But they got some class up top that creates great chances, and, you know, they put them away. So
you got a mix of MLS experience, international experience.
Yeah.
It's a good team. See why they're unbeaten coming into this one. So now T2 trailing. Here's Bodley. And they come back down 2. Ball whipped down the line. Jimenez. Ball gets by. Here's Brett with a chance. Nico Brett. Stopped just outside the area. Now looking to go 1v1. Brett. It's taken down. Good defensive work.
Yeah, it's, you know, when you're a forward like that and you're one-on-one, you've got to go at people fast. It really helps. When you stop, it's really hard to get going again and take them on. So
Combination there of Newnham and Ibiaga.
just good defensive play.
Good one-on-one defending there by Ibiaga. Making it. The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. 2-0. San Antonio on top here in the first half.
You know, this is a really good test of character for T2. You're playing well. You've done great. You've had most of the possession and you're down 2-0. I mean, you've just got to keep your head up. And
that's what can make soccer frustrating sometimes, right? Is you can be dominating the way they have tonight, but they still trail. Here's Brett. Out wide, Farfan's got room. Chance here for T2. Farfan toward the byline, still with it. Can he play it across? Trying to leave it for Williams. Bijev racing to get there. Jimenez. Bodley. Granito. Oh, Bijev just got beaten to that ball.
You know, San Antonio is so well drilled. They just, you get half a chance against them. If you don't take it or you don't do it quick enough, they just fill all the holes in and stop it. They're just a really good team. So.
5-0-1 coming into this one.
But saying that, T2 are doing really, really well.
Lewis on the ball. Out wide, Marco Farfan. Here's Lewis. 38th minute, Brett. Trying to get it on a give and go. And San Antonio there defensively, Newnham. Ball still loose at the edge of the box. Chip forward. All this possession happening in San Antonio's half. Renico Clark. Williams. Bijev. Lewis. Bijev looking to turn. Now Lewis. 25 yards from goal, out wide to Farfan. Going to go one-on-one against Williams. There's a shot from distance. Takes a deflection. Restrepo there to knock it down.
Yeah, that was Bijev. I mean, he's playing really well, I think. You know, if he gets around the box, if he can get half a yard, get a shot off, great. Because if anybody's going to score, you know, he's going to be one of them. So.
Renico Clark, footwork there. Batista, now room for T2. Toward midfield for Lewis. We'll play it out wide to Farfan. Farfan making a run. Brett. 2-0, San Antonio on top. Farfan. Gonna go 1v1 against Newnham. Lewis, one-time ball into the area. Not a great clearance. Falls to Bijev. Bijev looking around, will play it back to Batista. Granito, Tomas. Bijev over it, 2 goals on the season. Here's Bodley, the 19-year-old. On the right wing for Jimenez. Granito switching it into the middle. It's a diagonal ball for Bodley. Cochran nods it out, it'll be a throw-in.
You know, I want to see Williams move around a bit more. He's kind of static down the middle, so he's easy to mark, easy to pick up. I think he's got to be give more movement, so he'll get freer, get more of the ball, and he'll help T2 out. He's not doing enough movement for me. I think he can do better. Because he's got the ability. He's just a great talent. He just kind of needs to learn a little bit more.
Lewis given room to operate. Lewis into the area, leaving it back for Brett. Brett, the shot, it's blocked. Bijev. 2 big blocks tonight by San Antonio's defense, both on Nico Brett. Jimenez in the middle. Lewis tried for the one-timer, stepped over it. Rito whipping it in, back post. Williams trying to knock it down, it's loose.
That was a great chance.
More good pressure by T2 here in late stages of the first half. Possession feels like 70-30 at this point, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like we have the ball all the time, and they get it now and then, and they've scored too. You know? But that was a really good cross because he drove her in, and I thought Williams was going to head it on goal, but here we go. See, it's a great cross. That's driven in.
That's what you want.
Williams is kind of at the wrong body shape. I thought he was going to head it for goal, but didn't. But, you know, we're getting in great positions wide. I think, you know, we should cross it more. We're kind of taking too long there, and then it crosses, goes away. They come back and fill the holes.
Gives San Antonio time to regroup.
Yeah.
After they're initially beaten.
Yeah. And Farfan's doing great. I mean, he's on the ball all the time. But I think he could cross it now and then a little bit quicker because he's got a great left foot. So, but you know, I'm really happy for T2. I mean, I'm not happy for the score, right. But you know, if I'm Gregor, the coach, I'm thinking, hey, we're playing well here. If they could score just before halftime, that would be great.
Reed playing it into the box after a giveaway. No trouble that time for Hamilton. Hamilton coming off that shutout win at Sacramento. His first start of the year. Kendall McIntosh with the first team. Jake Leeson down with a hip flexor injury, so Jeff Attinella made his first start in the 2-1 win over Vancouver last week for the Timbers. And
yeah, he did well.
Backup goalkeeper played well. Yeah, stopped the penalty kick.
Yeah,
couldn't stop the follow-up, but nothing he can do about that.
No, that's depressing for a goalkeeper. You think, oh, I've saved it, and then it goes straight to them.
Bodley. Menez gets taken down. It's a free kick here for T2. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Ball skips over Jimenez's foot. It'll be a throw in here for San Antonio. 2-0 if you're just joining us. Billy Forbes in the 20th minute. His 6th goal of the season. Cesar Elizondo capitalizing off a defensive mistake by T2. Getting his 3rd goal of the year. But T2 has really dominated possession. First half, but where it counts, 2-0 San Antonio on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you know, and the only thing T2 could do better was maybe get a couple more chances in the box and take 1 or 2 of them. So, for everything else, they're doing really well. I don't know how you could change the game around. I think get Williams to move a little bit more, be a bit more active, get it wide more, and when you get wide, get good crosses in.
Bijev, a great move. Bijev from distance. Again, the ball block. 3rd block of the night for San Antonio. And they look to go the other way. Tierpek, nice job to keep that bounds momentarily. It'll go out for a San Antonio throw-in. San Antonio coming in off a 3-2 win over Sounders 2. Showed you highlights of the 2-1 win over Whitecaps 2. 5-0-1. The only draw 1-1 to Colorado Springs in the 3rd game of the year. Here's Batista, a lot of room. We'll go short to Lewis. We approach the late stages of the first half for Providence Park on a perfect night for soccer. Brett out wide to Batista. You can see how far up Farfan is on the wing there.
You know, I think sometimes we getting the ball on the right and we're not looking that far to Farfan because he's wide open. So I think we should try and change the play a little bit more from further afield. Like now, he's so open, Farfan.
Mito, Bodley, taking off his foot. Ball loose in the middle for Castillo. And now San Antonio on the march up the field. Here's Forbes. goals in 4 straight. 1 minute of stoppage time. Cochran spinning out of danger. Ball floated down the line. Renico Clark there to clean it up. Bonito will play it back to Clark. We're in stoppage time. Clark playing a long ball down the middle where Brett headed away. It falls to Bodley. Maybe one last chance here for T2. Bodley trying to split 2 defenders. Good work by Castillo.
You know, they're just a really good team. I've been watching them, how they cover for each other and help each other defend.
Bijev, ball skips over his foot, and we reach halftime. Or no, is there a card? I thought it was going to be the whistle. It's a yellow card in stoppage time. I believe it's going to be Ben Newnam. Our first card of the evening.
I think the referee should give a free kick. It's a T2, yeah. I think so, yeah.
It'll be the last play of the half.
What a great time to score if they could.
Momentum into the locker room.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great.
So one last chance here for T2 before we reach the halftime break.
You know, he should aim for Renico Clark on the left. Put a little bit of bend in it, stick it to the left, and let them fight for it. There you go.
Chico floating it in.
Yeah, 2 straight. Should have gone more left so they could fight for it.
And there is the halftime whistle. And San Antonio, Billy Forbes getting his 6th of the season despite the dominance and possession by T2. It is San Antonio FC on top 2-0 at the halftime break. Coming up, we'll have stats and highlights. But on a gorgeous night for soccer here in downtown Portland, it's San Antonio FC on top of the break, 2-0 over T2. Highlights and stats next.
Raise the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
On April 12th, the USL set the soccer world on fire as Phoenix Rising FC announced the signing of Didier Drogba, adding to the growing lineup of world-class players and young rising talent in the league, including England internationals Sean Wright-Phillips and Joe Cole, former Mexican international Omar Bravo, and German international Marcel Schaefer. The announcement set off a whirlwind of activity for the former Ivory Coast international, known simply as the King. First, hundreds of Phoenix Rising FC faithful packed the Phoenix airport in hopes of catching a glimpse of the global star, giving their newest addition a world-class welcome. And he did not disappoint. Didier posed with the Rising FC scarf and took time to shake hands and snap selfies with his newest supporters. The drums were out in full force, filling the airport with chants and songs of La Fury of Roja 1881 and Bandidos, the club's recognized supporter groups. Then, late Sunday night, Didier was formally introduced to a packed house during halftime of the Phoenix Rising FC and Swope Park Rangers match. Joined at midfield by dozens of local youth soccer players, all clamoring for his photo and shaking his hand, Didier was introduced by Club Governor Burke Bakay and presented with his new number 11 Phoenix Rising jersey. Never short for words, the King grabbed a mic and addressed the crowd. After his comments, he embraced his youth players on the field, shook hands with fans in the stands, and even kissed a few babies. All in a week's work for one of the world's top soccer talents and personalities, and the newest member of Phoenix Rising FC and the USL. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit usld3.com.
It's now time for the USL Fans' Choice Goal of the Week. This week's winner is Louisville City FC's Brian Ownby with a strike from distance. Ended up being a 1-1 draw against FC Cincinnati, but this strike proved to be the equalizer in the match. Don't forget you can log on to uslsoccer.com to vote for next week's Fan Choice Goal of the Week. Halftime, Providence Park, and it's San Antonio FC on top of T2, 2-0 at the break, and it's been a good first half. And when you think, Willie, 2-0 San Antonio, it's really been T2 that's dominated possession at almost 70%. So they played well, but 2 shots for San Antonio and 2 goals.
Well, you know, you can play in games like that. I think T2 have played really, really well. You know, they kept possession, they've knocked it around, they've got in around the side, especially the left-hand side. But, you know, San Antonio, 2 great goals. I mean, well, the second one was kind of, but the first goal was just sheer class. I mean, and when you have somebody in your team like him, poof, you know, you've got a chance. So.
Let's take you through the first half highlights and show you how things unfolded. And 13th minute, a good chance here for T2 to get on the board early.
Yeah, you know, Farfan does great. Looks up, picks Bodley out, and Bodley just can't get his body around it and direct it on goal. He's just kind of trying, but just doesn't get there. But great run by Farfan.
20th minute, Billy Forbes.
Now this is sheer class. There he goes, he's on the right. He's all left-footed, so he wants to come in on his left. So he does. And then that finish, perfect. But he does great. Look, he just sets himself up, and his finish was, you know, top class.
6th goal of the season for Forbes, so that had San Antonio on top. 1-0. Then in the 34th minute,
we get a bit unlucky. Yeah, we get a bit unlucky. You know, he falls over, hits himself. He comes out. His cross isn't great. We should have cleared it. He just gets his feet all wrong, and he knocks it straight back into the path.
Again, it's Forbes creating the opportunity.
And his cross wasn't great, but he just gets his feet all mixed up and knocks it straight into his path, and he goes, thank you very much.
3rd goal of the year for Elizondo.
Second goal, you know, second shot, second goal.
There's the numbers. 2 shots, 2 goals for San Antonio. Look at that possession number at the bottom, 68.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's amazing. But, you know, soccer's like that. You know, it's goals that win games, and that's why they pay goal scorers so much money. So.
Getting set here for the second half. We'll see how T2 respond. Trying to make it 2 straight wins on the season. See a lot of supporters in the house tonight. Elizondo got his 3rd goal of the year, the Costa Rican. So what do, Willie, if you're T2 here, get back? You've dominated possession, but you trail 2-0. Any major changes, or can they approach the game any differently here in the second half?
No, you know, I really don't think they can. I think they've just got to keep trying to get wide and then get good crosses in. You know, things I think they could do to just help him step it up a little bit. Get Williams moving more, get him more active. And when we get in positions on the wide flanks, try and cross the ball in a little bit earlier. But everything else, you know, they've been doing really well. And keep Forbes off the ball. God.
Easier said than done, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, and I've watched him because he's got a great reputation, but you know, he's like, he just kind of strolls around, and then bingo, he's in the game, and he's, you know, he's dangerous. So.
Second half just underway for Providence Park. Tom Polker, Willie Anderson, appreciate you joining us here on the screen for this one. Cicerone in for Nico Brett. 1 change here for T2 in the second half.
So they've moved Bodley onto the left.
T2 on the attack down the right wing. Here's Renico Clark. Renito. Out wide. Pinto getting it back. Bodley. And T2 working possession just like they did in the first half. There's a long switch down the right wing. Knocked down by Jimenez, plays it into the box. Cerrone looking to turn toward the byline and played along the deck. Cleared out by San Antonio.
That was a really good chance.
Throw in here for T2.
You know, I think what made that chance available was the great crossfield ball from this side. I think if T2 looked to do that crossfield ball, yeah, switch it a bit more. I think that'll benefit them a lot.
Ball loose in the center. Again, T2 control. Here's Lewis, edge of the box, plays it out wide for Bodley. Takes a deflection of a couple of San Antonio players and goes out first corner of the second half to T2.
That's better. It's way better.
Here's another look at it.
Yeah, you know, he trying to pick somebody out. The cross wasn't great, but, you know, we got in a really good position.
Chance here for T2, opening moments of the second half. Bijev whips it in. The ball's loose off the post. Best chance of the night for T2. Inches away from making it a one-goal game.
That was inches away. And what a great time that would have been to have scored.
And possession right back. Right now San Antonio content to just sit behind the ball with the 2-0 lead. Farfan. There's a turnover. Elizondo trying to get by Batista with it on his left foot, turning, spinning. Hamilton off his line.
That, for me, was a tremendous piece of goalkeeping. Tremendous. He come out, smothered the ball, was quick, took the shot away. Great piece of goalkeeping.
T2 on the attack. Bijev gets taken down. We play on. There's a whistle. Heavy contact both ways. And it's going to result in a free kick for T2.
You know, I thought that was a really bad tackle, but
We'll get another look at it here.
yeah, Bijev gets shoved off the ball. The guys, that's a bad tackle. That to me is a bad tackle.
There's another look at that corner.
Oh,
it goes off of a player for San Antonio.
You know, just another inch the other way would have hit the post and gone in.
Biaga almost an own goal.
You know, T2 have started really, really well. I like it. You know, they're taking the initiative. They are attacking. They're getting wide, getting around the back and getting good crosses in.
See Darren Pell having a word with the fourth official here tonight. You guys see who's down?
No, I have to admit I don't like it when players go around trying to make the referee change their decisions or whatever. You know, I'm not a big fan of that.
The 2017 Premier Development League season kicks off May 5th through May 7th. The USL season, 370 players have PDL experience. For the upcoming USL games, as well as other pertinent news and information. And for more, visit uslpdl.com. It's the hashtag #PathToPro. Reed getting up. We'll have to come off the game momentarily.
You know, this is a great chance for us. Got a good free kick and a good spot.
Bijev and Rito over it.
I think Bijev's going to take it. I would think he's going to try and hit the left-hand side around the 6-yard box. Bit of pace on it, bend it, and let everybody else fight for it. You know, we got big guys. Pick them out. Let them fight for it. Be a great time to score for T2. Really get them back in the game and get it feeling really good about things.
See the setup there at the top of the 18. And it will be Bijev over it. Nothing. San Antonio on top. After that long delay, it looks like we're about ready to go. The reason for delay, San Antonio's assistant coach, pardon me, just got sent off. Was the reason for the extra long delay there. Now Bijev will serve it in. Headed out by San Antonio. Granito. Into the middle. Bijev playing it down the line. To win it right back. Bijev pushing it out wide. Tomas Granito with it. Right wing. Slow it up. Jimenez plays it back. Renico Clark. Goals by Forbes and Elizondo in the first half. It's taking San Antonio to a 2-0 lead. Lewis.
I think San Antonio are just playing really smart now. They're keeping themselves behind the ball, goal side all the time, and letting T2 play it in front of them. T2 will have a lot of possession this way, but they're not doing anything to get behind them.
What can they do to win? You have something
I
to
think
go back
now and
like
then
that?
they've just got to change it and hit it long and make the San Antonio team turn around and chase it, because everything's getting played in front of them, and that really helps San Antonio because they're never under pressure with the ball.
There's a good long ball by Granito. Jimenez knocks it down, edge of the box, trying to play it in, and it's knocked out. Speaking of that, there were 4 shots that T2 took in the first half that were blocked by San Antonio defenders.
Well, they're really smart, and they get everybody behind the ball, and they just work really hard at it. So they're really hard to play against, and they're really smart too. So
Batista gives it away. San Antonio looked to go the other way. Ball down the line that time, intended for Tierpak. One back. Worked that time by Lamar Batista. One of 3 players to start every match this year for T2.
That's just something T2 have got to really watch out for, is the counter. They scored 2 goals like that, so you can pressure and have the ball. But a team of this class, they'll break on you fast, and they have some really good players who can really punish you. So they've got to be wary of that. But when you're 2 down, you've got to take chances.
Ball down the line for Farfan, and it will be a goal kick. Marco doesn't agree with that call. Let's take another look at it.
Yeah, well, to me, I don't know, it looked like a corner, but it's hard for referees. They don't have the views we have, so.
I'll give the opportunity to check out that replay. 56th minute, T2 on top. T2, pardon me, trailing 2-0. San Antonio on top. T2 trying to make it 2 straight after the 2-0 win on the road at Sacramento. In front of more than 11,000. Bijev and Arboleda, the goal scorers in that one. San Antonio 5-0-1. Trying to remain unbeaten and atop the Western Conference standings. Long switch to the near sideline. Farfan does a good job to keep it in play. Los Granito into the middle for Lewis.
San Antonio, they play with a back 4 right across, and they play with 4 in midfield right in front of them. So there's not a lot of room to get anywhere. Round the back's about your best bet.
Maybe a little more direct.
Yeah, and cross the ball, cross-field passes a lot faster. Because what happens when T2 are attacking the left side, that means San Antonio's left-sided team come in to compress everything and leaves the far T2 man wide open. So if you see it early and you can knock it early, you'll get more room that way.
Lewis turning away from Castillo. Now Lamar Batista. Here's Farfan. Ball stays in play as it takes a deflection. San Antonio content to clear it out. McCarthy cleaning it up. It'll be a throw in here for T2. Farfan has made 4 appearances with the first team. Bodley split a couple defenders. One back by San Antonio. Tierpak on the move. Has some room to operate down the right wing onto T2's half. There's a foul. It's going to go against Bodley. And a free kick for San Antonio.
I think Bodley's complaining about. I think Bodley's right. He's complaining that he got dragged over.
So he grabbed my arm.
Yeah.
A chance for Castillo to put something into the box. Forbes lining up at the edge of the 18. Castillo can't get by the first line. San Antonio with it back in midfield. McCarthy. Ball floated down the line. Castillo punches it toward the top of the box. Roll in, no trouble for Hamilton.
You know, T2 have really got to go for it, but they got to be smart about the way they go for it, because if, you know, if San Antonio go 3 up, this game will be over. So, you know, you've got to go at them. You've got to create chances. You got to throw, not caution to the wind, but just about. But with a team like this, you know, they could break on you so fast and cause you damage. And 3-0, the game's over. So.
Really, you can say both those goals in the first half were counter on the counter.
Yeah, you know, if you want to do a coaching session on breakout, watch that video. How to counter attack.
Lewis. Nito. Tomas into the middle. Read well by Castillo. Here's a chance. Castillo playing it ahead. Elizondo by the defense. He shoots just wide. Well, that would have been it.
Yeah, you know, this is a good break. It's a bad ball. He cuts it out. Makes his run really perfect, but just knocks it wide. But you can see he's looking. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it to the right-hand side of the goalkeeper. Just knocks it wide.
Would have been his second of the evening. And a break there for T2. It remains a 2-goal game. Long switch for Farfan. He can't climb the ladder to get to that one. It'll be a throw-in. Mentioned Elizondo. 57 appearances for Saprissa between 2007 and 2013. Also 10 caps for Costa Rica. Castillo punching it into the middle. Ball switched out wide by Pekka. Forbes can't catch up to that one. It'll be a throw in here for T2.
You know, I can't remember Forbes having a kick this half. But, you know, we'll say that and he'll go down and score. So he's dangerous doing nothing.
Six goals on the season now. Goals in 4 straight. He scored in the 20th minute. Benito on the ball. They'll switch it to the near sideline again, looking for Farfan. This time able to keep it in play. Punching it toward the top of the box. That time intended for Bodley. San Antonio win it back. And a card to Batista. Another look at it.
Yeah, he could have got a card. He couldn't have got a card. I mean, it was either way. Definitely kicked him. But, you know, I'm really impressed with San Antonio. They're just a good all-round team with some really good players sprinkled within that team. And, you know, T2 have really done themselves proud, I think. You know, they're playing well. They're having all the possession.
Got to get a few more quality chances on goal.
Yeah. You know, I'd really like to see T2 score, make it 2-1, and then it would be really a great finish of a game.
Long ball, 50-yard ball intended for Forbes. Gets by Jimenez. And it will go out for a corner kick. Good work by Forbes there to keep Jimenez from getting to that. And a chance here for San Antonio in the 63rd minute.
Yeah, you know, Forbes he's strong. He just knocks Jimenez off the ball there. I mean, you're not going to get it. It's going to go out for a corner. Just use his strength. He's a good player.
Unam will take this corner. 2-0, San Antonio on top. Forbes and Elizondo, both first half goals. The difference here tonight. Here's the corner. Hamilton trying to punch it away, got a piece of it. The ball floats out to the other side. Good work by T2 to win it back. Augie gets taken down. Here's another look at that corner kick.
It's a really well hit corner. The goalkeeper does well in the end. He's kind of losing it, but he stretches out.
Got a piece of it.
Got a piece of it.
Bijev. And he earns a whistle. Jimenez. Nice little give and go. Jimenez trying to break through to the defense. Cochran recovering. Did he get to it? And we'll go out for a T2 throw-in.
That was close. Very close. I thought it went out for a corner, but
so did the fans in that corner.
yeah. And they have a better view than I do.
Nito leaving it back for Bijev. Still with it. Playing it down the line. Here's a chance for T2. Lewis can't get it on frame.
Now that was a difficult shot to hit. It was bouncing awkward in front of him. He trying to keep it down. But it was well worked. Bijev did great. I'd like to see him, yeah.
See that it went out.
Oh, it did, it did.
Should have been a corner. The fans were correct.
Come on, ref.
65th minute. Tom Kolker, Willie Anderson from Providence Park, downtown Portland on a perfect night for soccer here in the Rose City. Lewis. Now it's San Antonio on top, 2-0. Farfan. Nito's pass takes a deflection back to him. Michael Clark under some pressure. Forbes creating havoc. And it'll be a throw-in for San Antonio.
You know, one thing I think that T2 could do a little bit better is play it longer and get Williams to make some runs in behind them just to stretch the game out and turn, you know, the San Antonio defense around and chase them back to their own goal, because they're just playing everything in front of them, which they're really comfortable with. I just think now and then a long ball, make them chase it.
Rito got a call there, or else Forbes was ready to pounce. First meeting here between these two teams. Forbes got a piece of it, but it will go out for a throw in here for T2 as they look to work quickly. Well played in. Bijev stays on his feet, still with it. Trying to leave it back for Lewis. Cleared away by Tierpak toward midfield. And here's a chance, Elizondo. Again, working on Renico Clark. Good work by Renico Clark, winning that battle. We go the other way. Nito trying to spring Augie. Clark. There's Lewis. Farfan giving some room to operate. Granito. See everyone behind the ball for San Antonio. Granito, some room. That read by Castillo. Again, Clark there to win it back. Jimenez, edge of the box, plays it down the line. It's whipped in. Well, it comes out the other side. Bodley there to track it down and keep possession for T2. Here's Farfan. Quick touch to Bijev. Farfan, give it back for Bodley. Pressure by Pekka.
No, San Antonio doing a great job of making them play it back, keeping them in front of them. T2 have got to get in behind them somehow. They've got to play it longer or just attack them.
That time Farfan trying to feed Lewis on a give and go. It's out of bounds and a throw in. So we have a substitution here for San Antonio. So Forbes will come out. 6th goal of the season. Let's show you how we got here to this 2-0 point, and it started in the 20th minute. Speaking of Forbes, here he is on the counter. Got behind the defense and a clinical finish. And then in the 34th minute, Forbes again creating, this time down the byline. Playing it across.
We got so unlucky, the T2.
So Forbes is out of the game. That's a good sign for T2. Sean Chin making his 4th appearance. Played at Boston College and at South Florida. 3 goals last year in 17 appearances, so he is in the game for Forbes.
You can only think the Forbes may pulled a little injury or something, or I mean, to bring your best player off with 20 minutes to go. I don't know. Maybe he's got a little hamstring pull or something.
Bijev to take it off his foot. Comes San Antonio. T2 recovering defensively. Elizondo. And a free kick awarded to San Antonio. This will be from about 35 yards out. It's going to go against Granito. So a chance here for San Antonio to put something in the box. Up 2-0. Just showed you. Newnam and Castillo over the ball.
I would think he's going to place it to the far side. A little bit of bend on it. There we go.
It's a good ball in. The flag is up. Hamilton was in position anyway. That was a nice looking ball in though.
It was. I mean, hit it with pace. A little bit of bend on it. Right place.
Bijev playing it into the middle. Good work defensively by Cochran, or else T2 would have had numbers going the other way. Lewis can't get to that one. Tierpak, nifty move. Elizondo trying to play it back to Tierpak. Read well by Farfan. Here's Blake Bodley. Bodley drew the penalty in Sacramento. I'm giving Bijev his 2nd goal of the season as he knocked it in, making it a 1-0 game in the 40th minute. Victor Arboleda making 2-0 later on, and gave T2 the first W of the season.
See, it's in situations like this. Well, I was going to say we should knock it long, and we did. So
there's a foul though against T2. Jimenez a little too aggressive trying to get to that ball. Good effort, but the foul, it'll go back to San Antonio. Jimenez, another Costa Rican product, making his 4th start of the year, just 20 years old. Show you some upcoming opponents here. T2 will be at Sounders 2 on May 5th and May 10th. Game against the Switchbacks. May 24th, OKC Energy will be in town. A substitution here for T2. It's going to be probably the youngest man for either team. Harold Hansen, just 17 years old, making his 2nd appearance of the year. He will come in for Jimenez. Hansen on.
Yeah, I've seen him play, and he's good. He's a good forward. He's got great feet, good skill.
Comes on here in the 73rd minute.
He'll play wide right defensively, so straight swap for Jimenez.
2-0 San Antonio on top, trying to remain unbeaten. T2 looking for first home victory of the year. Trying to get their 2nd W in a row after the 2-0 win against Sacramento on the road. The USL is one of the most prominent 2nd division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL.
I think the game's gone into kind of a lull right now. You know, San Antonio are more than happy for it to do that. They just want to keep T2, the goal side of them, and then try and break like this.
Tierpak toward the byline. Keeps it in play. Trying to get around Farfan. And then a whistle against Farfan. And a yellow card. This will be a free kick for San Antonio. Edge of the box, but right along the byline. You don't usually see free kicks from this angle. What do you do here?
Well, he's going to try. He'll try and cross it to the far post, but you know, I don't understand this call at all. He looked like the guy. No, I don't understand. So.
This is essentially a really short corner here.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a short corner.
Right.
But what they'll do, they'll try and hit it with pace to around the penalty, in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. And it looks like he's left-footed, so it's going to be bending towards the goal.
Castillo will put it in, 75th minute. We're going to go back post and head it out for a goal kick that time.
You know, for that little piece of action there with Farfan, I thought, you know, I thought the ball had gone out of play, and he was complaining that, hey, the ball's out of play, and he got a card. I'm at a loss for that.
Ibiago got his head on that ball, unable to get it on frame on the free kick. And it is McCarthy, who's dealing with a cramp issue, helped out by Cochran.
Well, you know, Farfan, he's 18. He learns something new every game, and he's just learned a lesson there. Never argue with the referee.
McCarthy's ready to go.
But I think he's had a really good game tonight, Farfan.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Back to live action. Here's Michael Reed. Led by Hansen.
Now that's a tackle. I'm going to win this ball. Watch out. And he did. Great tackle.
To ask you, Willie, for a guy like Farfan who's now had a taste of a good run with the first team 4 starts, coming back to play here, he's shown pretty well.
Oh, yeah, you know, I'm really impressed with him. He's got great ability, but, you know, his head was in the right place. You know, he didn't seem to be sulking or anything like that. I thought he did great. Is doing great.
And that will go out for a corner kick. Cicerone, good effort to chase that ball down. And a chance here for T2 in the 77th minute.
Well, this is going to be a chance where we can get the goal back we need. We need a goal just to get back into this game. Corner kicks and free kicks, really important. This is really important. It's got to be a really good corner kick, and we've got to attack it.
Bodley will serve it in. Renko Clark. Not a bad look. Clark was left alone.
Yeah, you know, when you're in a situation like that, you usually try and head it back across the goal to the far post. So, but yeah, you know, watch him. He should be heading it to the other far post. Unlucky. That was a good corner. You know, that's going to be a big plus for us right now. We can get corners and free kicks around the box. They've got to be really well picked and get good crosses in, and we've got to attack it.
Hamilton playing to midfield. Pekka gets a piece of it. 2-0, San Antonio on top. The ball switched. Elizondo got his third goal of the season in the first half, 34th minute. That time, Sean Chin the intended target, but he's in offside position.
You know, Elizondo, I think he's had a good game tonight. You know, he's very strong. He's got good feet, very determined. He's done a good job for them up top because he's been kind of up there on his own. So
Omar Mohamed into the game, making his second appearance of the year. He's 20 years old. In for Bodley.
You know, that's what we need, what Holden did then. Go at them, get by them, and try and get your cross in. We've got to get behind them, and that was perfect.
First look at Mohamed tonight, who made 19 appearances last year for FC Cincinnati. Ball's loose, and T2 control. Here's Mohamed, first touch of the game. Gives it back for Farfan. Gets it right back. Lewis will play it into the middle. Some space for Granito to operate. Good ball out wide. Here's Harold Hansen, the 17-year-old. Hansen looking to go against Cochran. Hansen toward the byline. And he earns a corner kick.
That's what we need, a lot of that. When he give Hansen the ball, let him take people on, try and get crosses in. You know, he's exciting, he's excited.
You can see the pace just on that move there,
yeah,
right?
he's perfect.
All right, a chance here again. Clark was the target the last time. It's Bijev who will serve this one in. And remember, it's Blake Bodley who put that last one in, but he's now out of the game.
Yeah.
Conversation going on in the area there.
Yeah, I think there's pulling and tugging and holding people. The corners, it goes on all the time. You know, the referees see it, try and put a stop to it. That's what the referee's doing now.
So Bijev will take it. Williams trying to backheel it. Cleared away by San Antonio's Reed, just clears it to midfield.
You know, the corner kicks have got to be a bit longer than that. You've got to get it over the first person. And let us get the opportunity to go and fight for it.
Ten minutes to go here from Providence Park. 2-0. San Antonio on top. 5-0-1 on the year. 3 shutouts. Granito. Long switch. That's going to go out for a goal kick.
You know, it was a really good idea. He just overhit it a little, but, you know, try and get it in behind San Antonio so they got to turn and chase it. So that, you know, it was a great idea, just overhit it a little. Execution wasn't great. You know, for this last 10 minutes, I would push Holden up and Farfan up and just let him attack them.
More like a 3 at the back kind of look.
Yeah. And, you know, one of the good things about Forbes coming off, hey, they've lost some of their, you know, attacking ability and their breakneck speed for breaking. So
anytime a guy with 6 goals goes out.
Yeah, you know, you think if you're a defender, you just go, great, take him off.
San Antonio on the attack. Castillo, edge of the box. Castillo dribbling through. T2 win it back. It's Harold Hansen from Ontario, California. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for T2 in the 82nd minute. Bijev in the middle. Batista giving plenty of room to operate up the field. I'll push it ahead to Farfan. Farfan trying to play it down the line for Mohammed. It's loose. Williams comes away with it. Here's Augie toward the byline, plays it across. Bijev. Bijev's still with it.
Well, that was a great move, a great opportunity, and yeah, Williams is great. Just can't pick anybody out, and then a ball people, Bijev just kind of mishits it there.
Imagine trying to play that one across there.
Yeah, that was better. You know, give it everything you've got. You've got about 8 minutes. Nothing to lose. You're losing 2-0 anyway. Just go for it.
We've talked about it's been a kind of a tough night for Williams to find some space, but you look at the back line for San Antonio, 3 of the 4 defenders with real Major League Soccer experience, so there's some veteran guys back there.
Yeah, and you know, they just sit back anyway, so Williams has got nowhere to go. The only places he has to go, really, if he goes behind them and makes runs. So he's been a bit static. I would like to have seen him a bit more
Speaking
energetic.
Of guys with Major League Soccer experience, Zachary Herivo checking into the game. He's on loan from the New England Revolution. Signed as a homegrown player with the Revolution in 2015.
Well, you would expect him to have some ability, huh?
Big, strong player. Granito. 84th minute. Harold Hansen. Got some good footwork, the youngster.
Hey, he's fun to watch.
Here's Lewis, a little room. Back to Hansen. Hansen pushes it out wide. T2 on the attack. The ball whipped into the box for Williams. Off the post again. T2 still in control. Mohammed. Lewis. Bijev looking around. It's a giveaway. Chance for San Antonio. Ball played forward. Elizondo trying to get there. It'll be cleared out. How about that opportunity at the other end, though? Great chance.
It was. It was a great cross, and you know, Williams had a great header. Great cross, and he goes for it. Oh, so unlucky.
He has one headed goal this year. That would have been number 2.
He heads it anywhere else, it goes in the back of the net. But you know, Holden started that, and just he's so exciting. He's great. He's fun to watch. He hasn't stopped. He's 90 miles an hour since he got on the field.
Mohammed wins it back. Here's Lewis, 86th minute. T2 still with energy. Lewis out wide. Here's Hansen. Good turn. Rito will push it forward. Farfan cutting into the middle. Farfan still with it. Well, squirts away. Lewis punches it back out wide. Mohammed knocks it down. Mohammed looking to go toward the byline, trying to play it across. Goes out. Should be a corner kick. No, it's going to go out for a goal kick instead. And the home fans don't like the call.
I don't think the coach, Greg, did.
I don't think he likes it either. So far, T2 out shooting San Antonio 10-4. Go back to the first half. San Antonio just had 2 shots. They both went in the net.
You know, soccer's a funny game. But I'm really, I'm really pleased the way T2 are finishing this game out. They're really giving it a go. They're going for it. I think the introduction of Hansen was great.
Maybe earned himself some more playing time down the road.
Yeah, he's been great.
San Antonio still on the attack. Here's a chance for the third goal. What a save by Hamilton. Unbelievable play by Wade Hamilton, just robbing Castillo. We go the other way. Now it's T2 on the attack. Williams the intended target.
Well, that was another, for me, an amazing save from the goalkeeper. He should never have been able to save that. But somehow he got his body in between it, stopped it. Amazing.
Hansen. The ball whipped in. Farfan trying to get there. And it goes out for a goal kick. Here's another look at that amazing play by Wade Hamilton in goal.
There is. I mean, this is a great ball. How he saves it, I don't know. And then again, you turn around and say, well, how did he miss it? So the goalkeeper's had a really good night. He had no chance with the goals. He's played really well.
Devin Vega checking in for Castillo, who just had that chance. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times.
Yeah, no, we're losing 2-0, and for me, the goalkeeper played really well, Hamilton. Had a really good game, made 2 incredible saves. But, if you look at it, he hasn't had that much to do.
Farfan in a battle with Aribo. Go out for a T2 throw, and Batista takes it quickly. Batista now some room in the middle of the field to operate. 90th minute, Benito switching it back. Aribo heading into some space. T2 throwing everybody forward here. Throw it.
I would try and get it wide right to Hansen. Now just take him on. Hey, yay, he's great.
That time.
He's a crowd pleaser. They're all cheering him. It's great to see.
It'll be 4 minutes of stoppage time. Still life for T2.
Yeah, it would be really interesting if we could score a goal and see what would happen.
Long ball played ahead. Elizondo, he wins it, and a chance here. Vega just into the game, trying to play it across. Aribo puts it in the net. On loan from the New England Revolution, making just his second appearance. And 3-0, San Antonio.
There's always a danger of that when you're attacking so much, getting caught on the break again.
Really all 3 goals on the counterattack tonight.
They did it well. I mean, the setup to do it, they have the players to do it with. They're so well defensively. And they're so well drilled. I mean, they all know where they need to be, when to go there. And yeah, there we go. It's like the could have been cleared. It wasn't. They get a break. He's through. And now he does really well now because he looks up, picks him out, and he finishes it really well. But, you know, you think this game's 3-0. It was never a 3-0 game.
Farfan. Lewis getting it back to Farfan. Long ball ahead, Elizondo. 4-0. His second of the night. One time behind the defense, Hamilton tried to come out.
Yeah, the goalkeeper Hamill tries to get there just a little bit late. He takes that goal so well. I mean, Elizondo, I mean, he's a good player. He's had for me, he's had a really, really good game. He deserves his goals.
Well, he now has 4 goals on the year. He also had 2 goals in the win over Reno. So, 4 goals in 2 games.
He's a good player. He's quick too. But you know, you're always susceptible to that when you're really pushing at the end of the game. You leave yourself vulnerable at the back. Everybody's trying to go forward, trying to get a goal.
Farfan floats it back post. That'll go out for a goal kick.
You know, as a player, it's really disheartening because, you know, you're in with a small shout when it's 2-0, and the next thing you turn around, it's 4-0. It's like really disheartening.
Especially because T2 really did dominate possession. They were moving the ball around.
Yeah,
give credit to Antonio. They took, you know, opportunities on the counter and made the most of them. So nothing taken away from them, but T2 really did play good.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Andrew Gregor, the coach for T2, says to them after the game. You know, because if I was a coach, I wouldn't know what to say. You know, you did great, but you got beat 4-0. I mean, I don't know how you justify that. You played great. You had all the possession. You lost 4-0.
And that is it. Final score from Providence Park. San Antonio 4, T2 0. There's the man, Elizondo, 2 goals, Forbes, his 6th goal of the season. And San Antonio remain unbeaten, 6-0-1 now on the year.
And you can see how they're unbeaten. I mean, they're a really, really good team. Good players, good goal scorers, which is everything every team wants.
Let's take a look at T2's next home match. They will take on Colorado Wednesday, May 10th, 11 a.m. So maybe get a coffee, have a bagel, head over to the park. Tickets available now for T2 against Colorado Wednesday, May 10th at 11 a.m. right here at Providence Park. Two former players for Saprissa there. Two Costa Ricans, Jimenez and Elizondo.
You know, it's great to see, you know, everybody's friends. I mean, they go out and beat you 4-0, but, you know.
All right, let's take you through this one tonight. It started in the 20th minute. Billy Forbes getting his 6th goal of the year.
Yeah, and he does ever so well. You know, he's all left foot, so he's got to bring it back. He does that, beats 1, beats 2. But then he just bends it and whips it into that far post. That's a really, really great goal.
Clinical finish by Forbes. That made it 1-0. A little bit later in the first half, 34th minute, defensive mistake leads to goal number 2.
Yeah, you know, we're unlucky there. The defender slips. He comes in. His cross isn't great. You know, he kind of screws the cross up, but we mishit the clearance straight to their guy. And, you know, that's just, for me, that's an unlucky goal. Could have cleared it.
First of the night.
Yeah, straight back to him. Thank you very much. So, not a great goal, but it's a goal.
85th minute, really the best chance for T2 tonight on a ball served in by Bijev.
This is a great cross and a great header. You know, anywhere else he heads that, he goes in the net. And that would have, you know, made it 2-1, and who knows. So, timing's everything, I guess.
So, we go to stoppage time. It's a 3-0 game at this point, and then turnover
mistake.
and everybody's forward.
Yeah, he does great here, though. He's really quick. Goalkeeper tries to get there, just hasn't got the time. Does really well, slots it away.
Elizondo's second of the night.
I was impressed with him all night. I thought he played really well.
Our final score from Providence Park, San Antonio FC 4, T2 0 for Willie Anderson and our entire crew. I'm Tom Colker. Thanks so much for joining us. Once again, final score, San Antonio 4, T2 0.